It is happening. Joe Biden has given the green light for Ukraine to use US-made long-range missiles straight into Russia. Those missiles, the ATACMS, can travel about 190 miles, or for those familiar with a different metric system, that's 300 kilometers. Vladimir Putin, Russia's leader, has said that if Ukraine dares do that, then Russia would perceive it as a move from NATO, the Western Security Alliance. Russia says that you need to use Western tech, Western satellites, and Western help to launch those missiles. An attack on Russia from Ukraine would therefore be perceived as an attack from the West. For a long time, Western countries, including the UK and EU countries, have also held back, and they've said, well, that sounds pretty dangerous. Maybe we don't want to do that. But now that Joe Biden's given the green light and said, go on then, fire the missiles, the UK has said that it would also give the green light to fire its long-range missiles into Russia from Ukraine, bearing in mind this is Ukraine using it, and France is also likely to do the same thing very shortly as well. What happened? What changed Joe Biden's mind? Well, Scholz, the German Chancellor, recently called up Vladimir Putin. That upset Ukraine and some Western leaders who said you can't use telephone diplomacy to win over Putin. Just ask Macron from France, who spent hours wasting his time with Putin before the invasion even started. It's not Scholz's fault, obviously, but then about 24 hours later, Russia launched one of its biggest ever attacks on Ukraine since the war started. 120 missiles and 90 drones, Ukraine's leader Zelensky said, were reportedly used to hit all parts of Ukraine. Nearly all regions were attacked in some way from that massive attack from Russia. And I think at that point, Joe Biden said, you know what? Enough's enough. It might also be a little nod to Donald Trump, who's coming into power in January. Trump has said that he will end the war in 24 hours. Joe Biden's like, will you now? Try and end it now. I mean, this is Joe Biden's last hurrah in a way. He's got 2 months left of the presidency. He's always held back from fear of escalating, but you know, now that he's allowed Ukraine to fire his long-range missiles, it's not really going to be his problem anymore, is it? It's going to be Trump's problem. So how has Russia reacted? Russia has said that this is like pouring fuel on fire. They say they still stick to what they've said. It counts as direct escalation. And over on Twitter, or X, as some call it now, the term World War was trending. Stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting few days.